Hello and welcome to the Balancing Act Houston edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On this episode of The Balancing Act, empowering blind and visually impaired people to live independently. Elevate your FlowArts with premium UltraPoi. Programs to help tackle poverty in our schools and communities. Plus lots more. Today on The Balancing Act.
The local community does so much good work for those in need. Take a look at this.
According to the CDC, nearly 1 million people in the United States are blind, while another 6 million experience some level of vision loss. As numbers increase, so does the need for better access.
My name is Jenna Dare, and I am the president for the Lighthouse of Houston. Our mission is to enable and empower people who are blind or low vision to realize their full potential. And one of the things that we take so much pride in is our overall vision in creating a life without limits.
The Lighthouse of Houston is a nonprofit organization that focuses on services and programs for the blind and low vision community.
The Lighthouse of Houston was incorporated in the greater Houston area in 1939, but our history dates back to creating employment opportunities for people who are blind or low vision in the mid-20s. We have really wonderful services and so many caring staff that help people along their journey of vision loss. In our low vision clinic, we have 3 really incredible optometrists who specialize in low vision, and they work with people in their family units. We have a new program that helps the family understand how to create an environment in their home. So there's activities of daily living, and it really helps people understand, how do I coordinate my clothes? How do I prepare lunches or breakfast or dinner? How do I learn orientation and mobility, which is really using your white cane to orient or be oriented or navigate a building or get on a bus stop or my workplace. What we understand and what we hear from people who are recently diagnosed or experiencing blindness or low vision or impacted later in life is that their life is over. We're able to help people overcome that through our behavioral health services, through our low vision care, through orientation and mobility, activities of daily living, and then through our technology services, where somebody can really truly learn what it is that I need to not just realize my full potential, but also just navigate the world as it is for me in this new sight that I have, or the lack of sight that I have.
My name is Victoria Hillard, and I am the Manager of Education and Training here at the Lighthouse of Houston. I have been blind for 20 years. I have a disease called neuromyelitis optica, and I am just part of the community that thrives, and here at the Lighthouse, thanks to the services and programs that we offer. Some of the more common ones are the assistive technology trainings that we do on iPhone devices and the computer programs for screen readers. We also have workshops that we do, Microsoft Office, Google Suites, programs that are very, very critical to the empowerment of employees in the workplace. We also do the Braille lessons. There is a variety of employment services, including resume writing, interview techniques. As you know, there is a difference between getting a job as a blind or low vision person and a sighted person, and we want to be able to equip individuals with the skills to have the knowledge to take on those challenges. Assistive technology is just one of the ways that it gives back the confidence and allows us to be independent in the community.
My name is Jennifer Parrish. I am the Manager of Business Services at the Lighthouse of Houston. Whether you've just lost your vision and are needing to learn activities of daily living, or whether you are seeking employment, or whether you just need a sense of community, the Lighthouse is a one-stop shop for all of these sorts of things. So the Lighthouse has impacted my life by affording me the opportunity to have 20 years of awesome employment being a medical transcriptionist, and then gave me the opportunity for upward mobility to move into this management role. I am hiring blind and low vision individuals, kind of like myself who came to the Lighthouse of Houston seeking sort of employment. Our premium business services include kitting and packaging, document management, and call and contact centers. The Lighthouse of Houston is incredibly unique in that we are one of the only nonprofits that offers all of these services, and it's just such a great place to feel a sense of belonging.
Hi, my name is Brittany Shavers. I love the fact that I get to relax outside of being a mom and a wife, where I can relax with other adults. It's always something going on here between the activities director and the other staff. They have day program for the adult, even for the kids. They cater, have a lot of different events. So even if you are a visually impaired, adult or have visually impaired kids, you don't want to miss the opportunity.
Organizations like the Lighthouse of Houston are beneficial to the blind and low vision community, but even more important to everyone else. They're showing us how incredibly capable people are.
Our mission to enable and empower people who are blind or low vision to realize their full potential is really the forefront of everything we do, and every program or service that we create helps somebody that's blind or low vision and their entire family unit realize what that means. We're able to help you get back into the workforce, gain the confidence that you need to get back into whatever job you think will fulfill your life throughout your vision loss.
My name is Marcela San Miguel. I'm a client at the Lighthouse of Houston. There are so many events here at the Lighthouse that I've been able to participate in. The Lighthouse is a safe space to have people come together. It just really brings it back to we're still able to do the things that we enjoy, it's just in a different setting. The most beneficial service support has to be the assistive technology, specific software like screen readers, JAWS, and Zoom text, and being able to do a lot of the job skills. We're still able to do those, but we need help. That's it. Again, we want to live a life independently, so to be able to have a job, have a purpose, be a productive citizen, that to me is the most important thing the Lighthouse offers.
All the different programs and services that we have for youth and adults, and again, we serve all ages and all stages of vision loss. We're here, and if you're able to come in and participate in our wine event, or kiddos participate in one of our day camp activities or our day camp programs, is that you're in a place where I can get out. I can participate socially, and that is a huge accomplishment, because what we know and what we're here for is to help people overcome the challenges of there's nothing out there for me, or I can't do it. And the answer to that is that you can do it, and there is an environment that makes things accessible for you, and we're here for you at the Lighthouse of Houston.
For more information on their programs and services, visit their website, houstonlighthouse.org, or you can see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Hey, we're always looking for brand new ways to entertain ourselves or to be entertained. And wow, do we have something really fun for you today. Here with us is the creator of UltraPoi, Mr. Stephen Wilson. He's going to tell us about how this new technology is bridging the gap between generic professional lights using innovative LED products in professional onstage productions, music festivals, and even in your backyard. Stephen, thank you so much for being here today, sir.
Thank you for having me. A pleasure.
Absolutely. Tell me a little about what UltraPoi is. I mean, where did you come up with it? Well, let's start with what is it?
Yeah, UltraPoi is a high-tech toy company. We focus on cutting-edge light show products that are used for performances and entertainment. Think about Hawaiian fire spinners. They put on those mesmerizing shows. Well, instead of fire, we use LEDs that are safe for the artist and the venue. You don't want to burn the whole place down to performing at, right?
Of course not. It's funny, I've seen a couple of these things. I used to travel to Europe a lot, and all over Europe, whether it be Ibiza or in Sweden or in Spain, people are always spinning something around like this. It's really kind of cool.
Definitely. The whole culture of music festivals and concerts, people love these kind of props. And some of our most popular ones are LED poi sets and things that people are really familiar with, like LED hula hoops. These are great for kids, teens, adults. I mean, it's the full spectrum.
Okay, and how did you come up with the technology? I mean, again, you watched the show where you saw something? What?
Yeah, so back in college, I went to a concert and I saw someone dancing with lights. They were moving around in these really cool geometric patterns, and I thought to myself, what is that? It looks like magic. I went home, I did some research, and I found out the art form was called POI and FlowArts, and we started to develop prototypes with my brother using engineering and coding. After a few years, we found out that we could bring these products to life. And the lights, when they move, it's from a technology and a viewpoint called persistence of vision.
Okay, and you incorporate that in the entire process.
Yeah, so the persistence of vision is a visual effect that when you're watching, it allows an object to move and it'll leave a light trail behind it. And something many people can relate to is something like a fireworks sparkler. As you move it, you see that trail even behind it. Well, UltraPoi brings that effect to the next level.
Well, tell me about some of the main benefits of the product.
So UltraPoi products, they're multicolored, so they can do any color of the rainbow. They're rechargeable, so they're eco-friendly. But one of the best parts about it is they're great for your mind, your body, and your health. Many people use them to blow off stress after work. It's almost like a new form of yoga where you're learning how to dance with a product and manipulate the object. It's great.
Absolutely. Well, you brought somebody with you today to help demonstrate. Crystal, come on over, Crystal. Let me see it.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Tell
how
me a
are
little bit
you?
about Crystal.
Oh, well, I've been working with Crystal for over a decade. She's a great performer. She performs on all sorts of stages at music festivals. She's also a mom and uses our products in her wellness practice.
Entertain your kids with it?
Oh yeah, they love
They
it.
must love it. But it's probably been kind of transformative, right, for your classes?
Definitely, it's been transformative not only for my life, but my mental health as well. I actually use it with my clients in therapy as a coping skill, but also to teach them about the flow state, which is a state of being completely immersed in a task. Nothing else matters in that moment.
Well, nothing else matters right now than you demonstrating this for us. So take a look. See, if I tried to do this, I'd be whacking myself in the head, I think. Great. How long did it take you to master this?
I've been doing it for about 13 years, but hey, it only takes about 20 hours of practice to become moderately good at anything.
Come back over here. Look, I mean, it's so much fun to watch, my friend. Right. If people wanted to get more information about this, and I'm sure they're going to want to look at videos or tutorials, where do they go?
Yeah, they go to ultrapoi.com. We got tons of videos, tutorials, everything you need to learn FlowArts. We also have our products on Amazon, and there's just a wealth of knowledge on that website. I
bet you're just getting warmed up because you've been selling this to the consumer, but I'm sure this could be seen at football games, basketball games, have cheerleaders play with it. You know, this could be like the new rave, right?
Right, yeah. We think that this product is applicable for a number of different, just like you're saying, it can be used in sporting events or parties.
I guess a late night mob dance in New York City with people doing this all over the place.
Right?
Thank you so much for being here today, for sure. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, if you want more information, you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com. Education is a common gateway to a better future, but not everyone has the same access or opportunities. For many children and adults living in poverty who have fewer resources, access to quality education is a distant dream. And sometimes not even that, it's the instability created by a survival environment that makes it difficult to plan for a future. Today, we have with us Dr. Ruby K. Payne, known for her work in the field of poverty, to tell us a little bit more. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today, Ruby, for sure. Look, I say it all the time, and I've said it throughout my entire life because it was this for me. I grew up in a ghetto, one of the largest ghettos in this country, a place called Cherry Hill, Baltimore. And always knew, because my parents emphasized this to the nth degree, education would be the great equalizer. It's a great equalizer. It's a way that anybody can lift themselves out of poverty, or is that right?
Well, not necessarily always. Okay. You can really work hard, you can get educated, it won't get you out. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't do those two things, you won't ever get out. Wow. So they're key. Yeah.
So what got you started on focusing on that intersection of poverty and education?
Well, my former husband, who passed away, was named Frank Payne. He was a mix of Cherokee and Caucasian. Extreme poverty, and when I met his family, he had 3 siblings, IQs over 150, smartest family I've ever met, okay? And extreme poverty. I couldn't understand why they lived the way they did. And so that's what led me to understanding that environment. And then he took a job in the Chicago Board of Trade, and we were thrown in with very wealthy people. And I didn't understand the hidden rules of wealth. Hidden rules are unspoken queuing mechanisms.
I was going to ask you that because you came up with something about the hidden rules.
Yeah.
Talk about what they are.
And the bottom line is that people use them, they break relationships. One of the things you have to have if you want to move out of poverty is bridging social bridging capital. You have to meet people different than you are, okay? Because they help you see the world a different way, you think differently. And I couldn't understand that environment, okay? And hidden rules tell people whether you belong or not. Like if you've ever been in a social setting that was so uncomfortable you couldn't wait to leave.
Right.
Yep. Well, there were hidden rules operating. And we have them by class, by race, by region of the country. And they often keep people from getting educated because I don't like you, I'm not going to work with you, et cetera. Yeah.
Wow. So like in your experience, there are some really common misconceptions when it comes to poverty and the ability to learn, which isn't necessarily the same, right?
Exactly.
Right.
People don't understand how much knowledge bases are in the environment. See, everybody's got 24 hours a day, and how you spend your time determines to a large extent who you know and what you know, okay? And then what your environment demands from you. Like in middle-class households, there's tons of paper, okay? Documents everywhere. You don't have any of those in high-poverty households. Wealth has documents and paperwork that middle class doesn't understand, like provenance, like trusts, etc. And so those environments help you succeed in the institution of schooling.
And is this why you created this whole company called the Process Inc.? I mean, is this what really prompted you to do this? And tell me a little bit more about it.
My background is an educator, done a lot of work with schools, and people were having a lot of difficulty getting their children educated in schools. And the educators were having the most difficulty. And so I explained to them, no, this is why this is happening, okay, and here's how you work to make this happen. If you don't, we do a lot of community work, and if you basically don't work with the institutions, you don't change the community, because institutions create barriers. Institutions are the vehicle by which people, individuals, interface with communities.
You help those institutions lift some of those barriers.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. And is that why you started this program called Getting Ahead?
Yes. Okay. And Getting Ahead is for adults in poverty. We've taken 125,000 adults in poverty, and we pay them to learn. Middle class gets paid to learn. Companies pay their employees to learn. We just say, here's information that you can use if you wish to stabilize your environment.
Okay, and now you've done a lot of learning, but a lot of teaching is you're a pretty prolific author, right? I mean, you've written several books, and some of this goes down the path of economic development, right?
Right. I'm very interested in how communities stabilize, because if communities aren't stable, neither are the institutions, neither are the individuals. So how do you have economic development? And poverty reduction is one of the tools for economic development. And our ROI, we've taken 125,000 adults through poverty through it, is very good. One community got, for every dollar they spent, they got a $20 return. One community for every dollar got a $7 return. So we know it works for sustainability.
You've written, I guess, several books, and we just have a couple of them here. What do you think the best tips you have in one of those books might be?
Well, this one is about what happens when we do socioeconomic class. So poverty, middle class, wealth, how they think differently. That's what happens when people get in a romantic relationship, poverty to middle class to wealth, what they fight about, why you don't like your sister-in-law. Okay. This is about how you deal with emotional realities. Okay. This one looks at community issues, how you stabilize your community. If you don't stabilize your community, particularly the institutions in the community. I live in Corpus Christi, Texas. They wanted to address their homeless issues, so they brought a woman in who only wanted to work with the wealthy. and did not want to work with the institutions. Well, institutions are how individuals interface with the community. So if you want to change a community, we have learned in 25 years, you have to work with the institutions. Okay?
You know, right now, we're living in a tough time. I mean, that chasm between the haves and have-nots, the wealthy and the poor, is just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. But we need to make sure that those on either side can understand tools that they can do to help both sides.
Yeah, there's not a lot of dialogue between the groups.
No.
Yeah.
So what do you think we need to do?
Well, one thing we do, like in this book, in the school business, we educate educators about the realities, you know, and how you transition, and you have to have social bridging capital. It's pretty difficult now to make it out of poverty unless you have an advocate. You've got to have a relationship, somebody who kind of teaches you the rules that are operating out here that you don't quite understand, and how you negotiate them and how you deal with those knowledge bases. So we like to educate the resource to people in institutions, people who, because they create the barriers, they make the laws.
Sure.
And if you have a dialogue both ways, then you can stabilize.
Put on a crystal ball for a second. You look at America right now, the chasm between those who are the wealthy and those who are in poverty seems to be getting bigger and deeper and deeper and deeper. Do we not need more programs like this to help people understand that there is a way to step your way out of poverty?
There is a way. Right now, there's a whole set of thinking at the academic level that you can only change it if you change systems. But systems are made up of people, and you have to be able, you have to work it. There's 4 causes for poverty: individual choices, the resources of a community, jobs, transportation, housing, exploitation, racism, sexism, and the last one is political and economic systems. And we have learned over the years, if you only address one cause, you will never, ever move the needle.
Wow. Look, if people wanted to get more information, because this is truly fascinating, where would they go? ahaprocess.com, AHAPROCESS.com. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for being a part of the show today, for
Thanks.
sure. Absolutely. And of course, if you don't go up on ahaprocess.com, you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com, and get more information. Thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks for joining us on The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.